In the South, from baptisms to funerals, no occasion is complete without a spectacular layer cake. And we have one that is as show-stopping as can be. It's a carrot cake packed with carrots, toasted pecans, and a touch of fresh ginger. This delectable layer cake is covered in a heavenly orange cream cheese frosting, and it's lots of fun to make. So grate 2½ cups of grated carrot. This is a giant horse carrot, perfect for juicing as well as for grating. And we need 2½ cups. And the rest of the cake, very straightforward. So 3 large eggs, break those into a bowl. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And whisk your eggs up with 2 cups of sugar. These are the wet ingredients. That's 1 cup. Now add your 2nd cup. And buttermilk. 1/3 cup of buttermilk. And to this, but without using a whisk because the carrots will get all stuck up in it, add your 2½ cups of beautifully grated fresh carrots. That looks good enough to eat just as is. Now let me show you how to deal with a fresh ginger root. And you can buy this at pretty much any grocery store nowadays. It breaks into segments like this, and if you want to grate it, this is a ginger grater. It breaks up the fibers. It's a piece of porcelain. It has little sharp nubbins on the porcelain. And this is Japanese, and this is how the Japanese grate their wasabi and their fresh ginger. So you just peel part of the ginger root and peel it with this spoon. It works very well this way, and you don't waste anything. And we need 1 tablespoon of fresh ginger. That's the tablespoon, so I'm just, now look, this breaks up the fiber and extracts the juice of the ginger and leaves all the inedible parts of the ginger root separate. So fragrant. Brush this right off into your mix. There, that's your fresh ginger. So stir that up, and now sift your dry ingredients. 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and I use unbleached flour. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And I have 2 8-inch cake pans that have been buttered, lined with a piece of parchment paper. There's a piece of parchment paper here on the bottom. Then that is buttered and floured. And 1/3 cup of toasted pecans. I'm just adding that into our dry ingredients. And now 3 sticks of butter, 3/4 pound, melted and cooled. So we're going to add some of the flour to our carrots and stir that in. Now, a lot of these vegetable cakes, I call them, like zucchini bread cake or carrot cake, call for oil. And this is different because I bake my vegetable cakes with butter, and it's a different taste. Preheat your oven to 300 degrees. And this is a layer cake. And when I said that layer cakes are front and center at most parties in the South, I think you'll agree with me. When you go to a beautiful party, there's always a lane cake, a hummingbird cake, a carrot cake. You want these as even as you can make them. So if you're not good at eyeballing, use a scale. Flatten the batter. Now bake these until a cake tester inserted in the center of each layer comes out clean. That takes about an hour. Isn't this amazing? And the frosting's so simple. You've made it before, but this time we're going to actually flavor with the zest of an orange. 2 sticks of unsalted butter, 1 pound of cream cheese, and 2 cups confectioner's sugar, sifted. Make sure you put it through a sieve. You don't want any lumps. And a nice pinch of salt. And while that is creaming, zest your orange with your great grater. Give that a good beating. and then start adding your sugar. This is the easiest frosting to make. It's great for cakes, cupcakes. Any leftover can be kept in the refrigerator for a few days and used on another project. You can put your zest right in there. All done. So there's our frosting. How beautiful is that? About 3/4 of a cup between the layers, and you can just spread that to an even thickness. Using a turntable helps a lot. Second layer right on top. And before you serve, after you frost, of course, refrigerate for 3 to 4 hours. Helps the cake set. Kind of pull the frosting all the way down so you don't see the cake round. But having a round of cardboard underneath a cake like this makes it so much easier to transport the cake, move it from platter to serving dish, whatever. So this is going to be just the plain carrot cake. In the next segment, we're going to show you how to embellish the cake with a very special decoration. Now, just pull out these excess pieces of parchment, our little cake aprons, and you can chill this 3 to 4 hours before serving. Joining me from our test kitchen today is Jason Schreiber, who is an expert at putting the finishing touches on cakes. Jason, tell us what you have in mind for this carrot cake. I think I have an idea since I see some strips.
Yeah, you can probably guess. We're going to put some carrots on top. And I think it's just a nice idea to give a hint as to what the inside of the cake is going to be
So
like.
real carrots.
These are real carrots.
And once you make the strips, you cook them in?
We're going to cook them in a heavy syrup. So if you want to get that started, it's 2 cups of water and then 4 cups of sugar. It sounds like a lot. It doesn't all go into the carrots.
No. But 4 cups, so a simple syrup is 2 cups water, 2 cups.
Yeah, simple is equal parts,
Yeah.
so this is a heavy syrup.
Okay.
So we're just going to bring that to a boil, and you can brush down the sides while it's starting so we don't get any crystals.
Okay, so 4 cups of sugar.
4 cups. So that's going to come to a boil, and we've just started peeling some carrots, and I'm going to use a mandolin to slice them about 1/8 of an inch thick, and you definitely want to make sure you use the guard because you don't want any injuries. And you want to make sure that your mandolin is sharp because a dull blade is actually more dangerous.
I was making a joke before when I was making the cake saying that, you don't know what color carrots are coming any longer because they're red and white and yellow and orange, and I see that you're using yellow carrots.
We're using yellow. We tried to use purple ones as well, but they just turn a kind of ugly color.
Yeah.
And the last bit of the carrot is often kind of difficult to get through the mandolin, and it's just safer not to try. So I'm just gonna slice a few more of these.
But always peel your carrots before you cut them into strips.
Yeah. So we're using about 12 carrots altogether, and you do want to make a few more than you really need for the final recipe
Now,
because
could I make strips with this if I didn't have a mandolin?
I tried it, and they're so thin they just disintegrate.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Maybe if you had like a really coarse peeler, you could get away with it. But so once that sugar comes to a boil, you have to stop or you'll get crystals.
Okay. But you have some already done.
I have some already. So basically, these will cook in the syrup for 25 minutes, and then we're going to strain them out. And this is a second syrup that we've made, and this one is even heavier.
Oh.
It is 3 cups of sugar to 1 cup of water. It's a very
So
dense
this
syrup.
is 2 to 1.
Yep.
And this is 3 to 1.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that syrup has come to a boil, and I've transferred the carrots from one syrup to the other, and we're just going to take that off the heat and let it cool until they're cold enough to handle.
So now we're going to take Jason's advice and elevate our carrot cake and even some cupcakes to the next level by creating things out of the candied carrot strips.
Yeah, it's easy. You can basically do anything you want, but I thought it would be nice to just make a little diagonal pattern up the side of the cake. And I'm going to use a pair of scissors just to trim them. And maybe it would be nice to
look how pretty.
Take it and alternate colors.
Now, how hard is it to cut the cake when you have...
Well, you might have to sneak away to the kitchen and do the dirty work. You don't have to cut the cake in front of your guests.
And I love making the little rosettes out of carrots too.
Yeah, you can definitely do that. We could put a few little things on the top of the cake just to give it some height. And you can also make these carrot decorations a few days in advance if you want, and keep them just in the syrup in the refrigerator and have them ready to go whenever your party is.
I think it's a really nice idea.
And those cupcakes are made from the same carrot cake batter that we used for the big cake. We made about 24 cupcakes and baked them at 300 for...
Out of one cake batter?
One cake
Okay.
batter. And we baked them at 300 for about 25 minutes.
How nice. And if you don't want to do the diagonal, you could do the carrot strip straight down so that each slice would get a long carrot strip.
It would be a little easier to serve it that way, but I think it looks pretty cool to do it.
I think it looks
on the
very
diagonal.
cool, very modern.
So maybe we can also just take a couple and do a little twist right on the top.
Oh, I like that.
It's always nice when you can make it a little taller, gives people something to look at.
Yeah, I love that. Well, thank you very much for a great idea. Take Jason's advice and elevate your next carrot cake from the ordinary to the extraordinary.